Hello friends, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. For those of you that are new, my name is Odie, and today I'm going to be trying out some new drugstore face makeup. Well, it's not new. It's been around for a while. It's just new to me. So yeah, I purchased everything off of the Shoppers Drug Mart website, what seems like eons ago, back in the beginning of July. And I just been kind of saving the makeup. I hadn't opened anything because I wanted to try it out for the first time on camera. And I thought I did that, I think it was 3 days ago. I sat down, opened up the makeup, thought I pressed record, and then put everything on. And when I went to turn the camera off, turns out that I actually hadn't pressed record and I hadn't recorded anything. So I gave up on the video and just kind of took the makeup off. Fast forward to today, I'm feeling a lot calmer and we're going to try this again. So technically this isn't a first impressions anymore, but I am going to do a wear test, which I didn't do the last time. So anyways, I purchased some blushes, which is what I was mainly looking for. I wanted something to replace my MAC blush, which is in a very, very sad state. This is what it looks like. It's broken into a million little pieces. Now this has been the one and only blush that I've used and repurchased over and over again for years. This is the Sheer Tone blush in the shade Peaches. And yeah, I love this. I love the color. I like how it wears on me. But, you know, I've used it for so long. I feel like I want to try something new. And right now my budget is in the more affordable drugstore price range. So yeah, I purchased the most affordable blushes on the Shoppers website. I was also feeling a little bit adventurous and purchased some bronzers and contours, which I've never bought a bronzer or contouring, so that's going to be kind of exciting. I also got a pretty hefty gift bag with my purchase, and I don't know if that's something that Shoppers always does if you buy online or if it's just a promotion they had back in July. But yeah, everything came in this little baggie here. So I got some full-size highlighters. I also got a full-size mascara. I did get some small samples of, I think it's like a face wash and a face cream, but I have those in my bathroom already. And then I also got this little sample here, which obviously is already opened. So this is called, this is called Nano Blur Instant Skin Blurring Cream. And it says you can either wear it without makeup, you just apply it over your face like a moisturizer, or you pat it gently over liquid foundation under pressed powder. I've already tried it and I didn't like it, so but we're gonna try it again. Maybe I can make this work today. So I've already have my foundation, concealer. I have powdered the lower part of my face, but I have not powdered my forehead yet. So let me just get some out. Now, last time I might have put too much on, so this time I'm gonna grab a smaller amount. So it just looks like a cream. It feels like a cream. I'm just gonna warm it up between my fingers, and I'm gonna try and gently pat this over my forehead. So it's just a little bit. So I'm just gonna pat it over my forehead, and I'm trying to do it as lightly as possible. Now this time around, it's still doing the same thing. So it is lifting up my foundation. I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry, I have the worst camera. I'm gonna try and remember to take a photo so you guys can see. But yeah, it's just lifting up the foundation. It's all on my finger here. Yeah. So yeah, I don't like this over top of foundation. Now I'm gonna go ahead and powder. Last time the powder didn't help, so I doubt it's gonna help this time, but I still want to powder my forehead. So let's do that. So yeah, the Nano Blur does not work over my foundation, but I do want to try it by itself. Maybe it'll make my skin look nicer on no makeup days. So yeah, it's just, it don't look good. And yeah, my forehead just looks patchy. So yeah, it's a no for me for the Nano Blur. Okay, so we're gonna move on to bronzers. So I got 2 of each face product. So I have the Essence Sun Club matte bronzing powder for darker skin in the shade 02 Sunny. And then I also have the e.l.f. I think this was the primer infused bronzer, and the shade is Perpetually Tan. So I'm going to do the Essence on this side and the e.l.f. on this side. So we'll start off with the e.l.f. That's what it looks like. The color is quite light. It does say on here that it's for darker skin, but I don't know about that. No, no, no. This is one of the reasons why I personally don't like shopping for makeup online, because I have a hard time telling what the actual colors are or the shades of the makeup products. And so I feel like it's always like a guessing game. It does show up a little bit, so we're still gonna try it out, and maybe I'll just apply a little bit more. It does have a cute embossed design inside. It does have a little bit of a scent, and it's a artificial coconut scent. It reminds me of the artificial scent in some sunscreens, you know, that pina colada coconut smell, which I actually really like. It kind of takes me back to vacation. And it's not super overpowering, but I know some people don't like fragrance in their makeup products. So yeah, keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this with this brush here. This is a BH Cosmetics brush, and it just came in a brush set that I purchased. Can't remember if it was earlier this year or last year, but yeah, we're gonna use this, and I am gonna use this for both because it's the only brush I have that I think it's gonna work for both bronzers, but I will try to clean it as best I can in between. So I have some paper towels here and also my brush cleaner. So yeah, hopefully that'll clean off my brushes and I don't cross-contaminate. But yeah, I'm gonna pick up quite a bit because, like I said, this is a lighter shade, and I'm gonna put this on the high points of my face where the sun would, you know, naturally hit and give me that tanned glow. So right here. Okay, so first I'm just tapping the bronzer on and then blending it downwards. And then we do it up here, just above the eyebrow. And again, I'm trying to put lots on so we can actually see it. Okay, so I think that's good enough. I think you could see a little bit. I can see a little bit on camera. So now I'm going to clean off my brush as best I can. Now we're moving on to the e.l.f. one. Now this color does work better for me. It is a little bit darker. So that's what it looks like. It has no scent, so that's good. So again, I'm going to take my brush that I've cleaned. I'm going to apply that on the high points of my face. Now, when it comes to bronzer, I guess the consensus on YouTube is that you need to pick a shade that is not too orange, and also a shade that doesn't make your face look muddy or dirty. And of course, less is more. Now, I've been watching a lot of makeup tutorials that are geared more towards older women or mature skin, because I am 36. I'm going to be 37 before the end of the year. And, you know, I'm noticing that I cannot get away with doing my base makeup the same way I've been doing it since my early 20s. For me, I've always been about full coverage. You know, I want to cover up the acne, the scarring, the discoloration. So I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can get full coverage without my base makeup looking really cakey. So yeah, the search is still on. But yeah, I was seeing that, you know, bronzer and contour is still being used a lot in makeup tutorials, and I got curious and I wanted to try and play with bronzer and contour myself. I think that's good. I don't think either shade is too orange or is making me look muddy, so that's good. I'm also going to put a little bit of bronzer on the bridge of my nose because I've seen that done too, and just a little bit. I'm going to do that right here. Just like that. Okay. Okay, so that's it for the bronzers. Now we're going to move on to the contours. So for contour, I'm going to try out this brush again. So this is an e.l.f. contouring brush. And I did try this out when I first tried out the makeup, and I didn't really like it, but we're gonna try again. I have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette, this one right here, and it's in the color Caramel Toffee, and it's obviously dual-sided. So one side is the contour, and the other side I believe is just like a matte highlighter. And then for this side, we're going to try out the NYX contouring. Now this is a singles. I didn't realize it was singles when I bought it, but that's fine. I can still use it. And it's in the shade Sepia. Sepia? Is that how you say that? I'm not sure. Anyways, we're going to try this out on this side of my face. That's what that looks like. Now, this color, it is a little bit too warm. From my understanding, a contour should be a cooler tone because it's acting as a shadow, and shadows are, you know, cooler toned. But anyways, we're going to use this as a contour, and I'm going to try to use just a little bit. Okay, and so I'm going to start at the top of my ear here and just move forward. Like that. And maybe a little bit more. Now this shade, like I said, I think it's too warm. It might work better as a bronzer. But yeah, I have a hard time blending with this brush. It's nice for placing the contour in place, but then it doesn't really want to blend. Oh, yeah, like that's too harsh. Too harsh. I'm going to try to just blend some more. Yeah, I really don't like that. So I'm just going to clean this brush again and try and use this to blend this out more. Now I'm just going to blend by sweeping upwards. Now, I have had contouring done on myself before. And yeah, one of the reasons why I didn't like it is just because I think it was too harsh. You know, I feel like I already have a pretty thin face, and so the contour kind of made me look a little bit skeletal, and I don't want to look skeletal. I like skulls and skeletons, you know, for decorating, but I don't actually want to look like a skeleton. But it's obvious that I need more practice. Okay, so after a lot of blending, I think that's okay. So now we're going to move on to the NYX one. And so I'm gonna do it again with this brush because I do like this brush for, you know, doing the line. It just doesn't work for blending really, unless I'm using it wrong. I don't know. Okay, but I think that's pretty clean. And this shade is quite dark, so I'm going to try and just grab a little bit so I don't overdo it right away. Okay, and again from the top and just sweeping it forwards. A little bit more. I think I gotta focus it just right there. let's try blending out with this again. Okay, so I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, I really need to work on my application, but that's gonna come with time. But yeah, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. So we're gonna move on. So now we're gonna move on to the highlighters that I got in my freebie gift bag. These are the two I got with my purchase. So we're gonna start out with the Physicians Formula highlighter. This one is the Mineral Glow Pearls in the color Champagne. And this is what it looks like. So this one does have a little bit of glitter in it, and the color is quite light on me, I think. But yeah, let's try to make it work this time around for me. So I'm using this brush here. It's already cleaned. So let's apply it. I'm going to do it on the side. I do see little specks of glitter when I first apply it, and the color is quite icy. So I'm using a little bit less this time around just to see if I can make it work better for me. So that's what it looks like. So I feel like you can even kind of see the specks of glitter in the camera when I kind of move my face. It does accentuate my texture, which is something that I really don't like because I'm quite self-conscious about the texture on my face. But, you know, being a little bit more light-handed, I do think it's looking a little bit better this time around. So that's the Physicians Formula on this side. Now we're going to move over to this side, and we're going to try out the e.l.f. Now, when I first swatched this baked highlighter from e.l.f., I was taken back at how dry it felt, but actually on the face, it looked quite nice when I first put it on. Yeah, and to be honest, none of these highlighters really swatch that well. Like, let me swatch the Physicians Formula one, because I didn't do that. I'm sorry, I'm doing this all out of order. I'm hoping to get better at this, you know, with practice. But yeah, that's the Physicians Formula one. And yeah, they don't swatch the best. Like, to compare, let me swatch the Maybelline one. And this one feels a lot more buttery too. Yeah, like, you know, you can definitely see a difference. So yeah, that kind of threw me off when I first tried the e.l.f. one on. It just felt so dry. But in terms of color, just by looking at it, I prefer this color better. It's a little bit warmer. It's more of a like, you know, golden, rose gold type shade. Okay, I'm going to do it on this side. So this is definitely a more subtle highlighter to start, but you can build it up. And like I said, I think this color just suits me better. And it doesn't accentuate my texture as much as the Physicians Formula one. So hopefully this one wears nicely throughout the day as well. So yeah, it's like a really nice glow. It looks more skin-like. Like I said, this one I think it's just a little bit too icy, but we'll see how they wear throughout the day. They might, you know, look better once my oils come through a little bit. That's what the e.l.f. one looks like. So that's it for the highlighters. Now we're going to move on to the blushes. So the blushes, from the first time I tried them on, I was actually really pleasantly surprised. When I first got the blushes, I was not happy with the colors. This one is the Essence Mosaic Blush in the shade All You Need Is Pink. And the Wet n Wild is the color icon in Mellow Wine. So I'll do the Essence one on this side. And I cleaned off my blush brush. It's this one right here. So yeah, we'll do Essence on this side. And actually, I was quite happy with how they applied. So now I want to know how they wear throughout the day. Yeah, so good color payoff. It doesn't seem to be patchy. I like the color. So yeah, it looks very nice. And I'm somebody who tends to like a very blushy makeup look because I just want to look as alive as possible. And I feel like blush does that for me. I'm quite pale when I don't wear any makeup. Okay, so now we're going to try out the Wet n Wild on this side. Yeah, so like I said, off the bat, color is great. Oh, I might have put too much of this one on. It's okay. I'm just hanging around the house. I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, I'm so happy that both blushes show up on my face because like I said, I was kind of worried when I first saw them. So yeah, so that is it for the blushes. And now we're going to try out the mascara. So I'm actually going to do this eye with my go-to mascaras, and then we'll do this mascara on this eye so we can compare. So I'm going to do that, do my eyebrows, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I've applied my eyebrows. I've also highlighted my brow bone, inner corners, and I just did that with the highlighters. So Physicians Formula on this side, e.l.f. on this side. And then I also went ahead and applied my mascaras how I usually do to this eye. So we can compare the mascara that I got in my gift bag. So this is the Honest Beauty mascara, which I believe is owned by Jessica Alba. I think she started out with the Honest company, which I think was mainly baby products. I remember seeing the Honest company baby products when I was, you know, first shopping for baby stuff. And it seems to be like clean products. They are quite expensive, but they're supposed to be better for you, I guess. So yeah, I guess now she has makeup. The mascara itself does look nice. I like the packaging. It has a pretty good weight. So yeah, and it's dual-ended. So one side is the primer side and the other side is mascara, which is really cool. I've never tried eyelash primer. Now, the primer side looks like this, and I had no problem using this. My only issue was that at first it didn't feel like I was putting anything on my eyelashes. So this time around, I'm going to try and pick up more of the primer and try and really coat from root to tip. So I think that's good. And then it did say on the outer packaging that I needed to wait about 30 seconds before I went in with the mascara. So I'm going to do that right now. We're going to wait 30 seconds. Okay, so 30 seconds is up. So we're going to apply the mascara side. Now this is what the mascara looks like. So it's quite a long wand, and also the handle part is very long, which was actually giving me issues when I was first trying this out. I think last time I actually put this on this eye. So this time around, I'm putting it on this eye, which I think will be easier to hold because I do want to give it the best possible chance. I feel like when I wear mascara, this eye always looks better than this eye because of the way I'm like applying it. So yeah, that's why I switched it around. Anyways, let's go in. And the brush on this one is pretty rubbery. I think I forgot to mention that. So it's quite flexible. Okay. So that's what that looks like. So definitely applying this mascara on this eye is way easier. I can definitely say that it looks a lot better this time around. Now I'm just gonna apply this to my lower lashes, and I'm just gonna do the mascara. I'm not gonna bother with the primer because I personally don't like my lower lashes to be too long. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I am going to clean it up a little bit once it dries because I did get some mascara on my skin there. But this wand actually works nicely on the lower lashes. So yeah, that's it for the products. Now I'm just going to go throughout my day, let this sit on my face, and then I will come back at the end of the day to let you see how the makeup wore and then my final thoughts on all the products. So yeah, I will be back at the end of the day. Okay, friends, so I am back. It is 6 p.m. in the afternoon, so I've had my makeup on for 7 hours. Oh, did I mention what time it was when I finished my makeup this morning? So it was like 10:45, so I'm just rounding it off to 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And so yeah, oh, let me take my glasses off. So this is what my makeup looks like right now. I haven't touched up. I haven't even blotted my face, so I am quite oily in my T-zone and, well, pretty much oily everywhere. And yeah, it looks all right. Usually around this time, all of my makeup is just kind of hanging on for dear life. But anyways, I'm going to go through each of the products and I'll let you know which ones I like the best. So we'll start off with the bronzers. So let's just remind ourselves, Essence was on this side and e.l.f. on this side. So looking in the mirror, I do see a little bit of the bronzer left on my face. I do think I see more of the e.l.f., but that might just be because this one is a little bit darker than this one, as I had mentioned before. So I guess I'm going to give it to e.l.f. just because I can see that one a little bit more. I'm going to take away some points from Essence because it does say here it's for darker skin, and it obviously is not. So in this round, e.l.f. is going to be the winner. We are moving on now to the contours. So contour, we had Wet n Wild on this side, and then the NYX on this side. So in the camera, that's what that looks like. Now, looking at it in person in my mirror here, to be honest, I don't really think I see the Wet n Wild anymore. It's kind of just disappeared in with my blush, but I do see a little bit of the NYX, and I've actually really liked how it's kind of melted into my skin throughout the day, and it's become a little bit more blended, and it just seemed to look better and better as the day wore on. So in this round, I am going to give it to NYX. So yeah, NYX is the winner for this round. Next up is the highlighters. So Physicians Formula on this side and e.l.f. on this side. So both highlighters you can still see on my face. The Physicians Formula, as I had said earlier, it did have a little bit of glitter, and I do see little specks of glitter like right in here, but nothing too crazy. I still think that the color is a little bit too icy, and it does accentuate my texture, which I do not like. The e.l.f. one actually seems to be hanging in there pretty well. It does seem to be breaking up just a little bit, but I do still think that it looks better than the Physicians Formula one. I do like the color a little bit better. So I think in this round, I'm going to give it to e.l.f. I think it has just worn better, the color is better, and it's not accentuating my texture as much as the Physicians Formula. So e.l.f. is a winner. And then we are going to go into the blushes. So Essence on this side and Wet n Wild on this side. Yeah, and looking at my face, both blushes are still there. You can definitely see them. Yeah, I feel like they've worn really well. Like looking here in the mirror right in front of me, I do think that maybe the Wet n Wild one has rubbed off a little bit, like right there. Yeah, and maybe has faded a little bit more than the Essence one. So yeah, so to be honest, I do like both blushes. I think they're both good, affordable options. I'm going to continue to use them, but if I had to choose one as the winner, I think I have to go with the Essence one because yeah, I feel like it has stayed on a little bit better than the Wet n Wild, but you know, I'm happy with both, to be perfectly honest, and I'm going to continue to use both. So this one's kind of a tie. The Essence edging out just a little bit more than the Wet n Wild. And then lastly, the mascara. So the mascara is looking good. It hasn't flaked or smudged. And I feel like I'm getting pretty good length. Yeah, so I mean, compared to, you know, this is my regular mascaras that I always use, and this is the Honest. Yeah, they both look good. They both have hung on. There's no flaking or smudging on either. So this is a good mascara. However, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a pretty pricey mascara because it is from the Honest company, you know, company. And I know that their products are pretty expensive. So I don't feel like it's doing anything better than what I usually do with my more affordable mascaras. So I'm going to say that this works well, but it doesn't work any better than the more affordable mascaras that I use on a regular basis. So yeah, I won't be repurchasing this once I finish it. It's just I'm not willing to spend the money for something that works just as well as my cheaper options. So yeah, I think that's it for all the products. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, please take care and bye.